I don't know why I start to unmute sometimes and I don't. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Picks from Dave will be joining us here very shortly, and we're going to break down the entire baseball slate today. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I don't have many plays here as I did yesterday. I mean, I say that every show, and it seems like I ended up having 6 plays on the card, but getaway Sundays are definitely slower days for me. Don't want to bet too much because who knows what's going to happen on these getaway Sundays. But it's all right. Let's go through this card and let's figure this out together here. I appreciate everyone in here as always. Had a setback yesterday. There's 3 1-run losses, unfortunately, to have a shitty day. I think it was 2-5 yesterday. Thank God for the Nationals showing up. I couldn't get the 3.5 team total, but got first 5 money line. I should have bet full game money line, but it ended up working out pretty well. So shout out to the Knuckleball and shout out to the Nationals there as well. But we have a full show here. I've got one play official right now. Tweeted it out. We'll get to that when we get there. And shout out to the London game as well. We've got that going on as well. It's a higher scoring game. I'm not even watching it currently, so stay focused and let's talk about these games in this slate. Shout out to BJ in here giving us his best bet here, the Yankees money line. Yankees, I don't love betting the Yankees, BJ, so I probably won't be betting the Yankees, but it'll be a whole lot of fun talking about that game because that is where my only bet is so far. Nate Dogg, Mr. Vape, Top Set, Andrew G, Rodney Barton, Mark's Review, all you guys, Brad Summersell, Rocco, Rogers in here, Mr. Nutflush, Allen, shout out to you, my guy. Vacation starts this morning. I love that for you, Nutflush, Allen. Shout out to you, my guy. Razor Sharp Picks in the chat as well. Let's get after it here, and let's start off by bringing in our lovely guest of the day. I was very mean to him one time when apparently drunk. I don't remember it, and I still feel bad about it. But it's okay because it's our guy, Picks from Dave. Dave, hello, how are you?
What are you talking about?
Apparently, I called you Brutus the Buckeye.
Yeah, but you tell that story. This wasn't in person. This was on one of the shows, and you weren't drunk. So
well, I like to blame it on the alcohol.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. What's up, guys?
It's nice to see you, Dave. I'm sorry for making you wake up so early, but it's nice to see your lovely face.
Yeah, really.
We have a full slate here, and I'm excited to talk about it because hopefully today's the day I get over the 500 and the black. And it's been a battle, Dave. It's been a fucking battle, but I'm excited to talk to you about this card. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, and kudos to you. Very valiant effort being so far down and coming back, but that just shows your skill,
Thank you. Yes. It was a shitty first 2 months of the season. It was a lot of lack of sleep and anger, but we're here now. We made it, and we're pushing for that last little push to get over the hump here. But it's going to be all right. We'll figure it out one by one here. Let's start here, Dave.
Cool.
I'm excited to talk ball with you, and I don't have many plays like I've been saying, but it'll be fun nonetheless. Minnesota, Detroit. First game on our slate here, Bailey over, Michael Lorenzen. And, I'm glad we've got to the point of the season where we kind of know what, all these pitchers are. We kind of know what Bailey Ober is at this point. He's been good this year, but, when he faces a quality opponent, it starts getting a little sketch. He can dominate your bad teams like the Milwaukee Brewers, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk, not bad. Pitched well against the Red Sox, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs off 2 home runs. They stink. And pitched well against the Rays there, 5 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 runs, 3 of them earned there. Now, do I really want to back him here? Not really. I mean, honestly, I thought about taking the Tigers here. And this line has moved quite a bit, actually. Minus 138 last night, now down to minus 125. Market-wise here, let's touch on that. Totals and size-wide here. You have 74% of the bets and 54% of the money on the Twins here. So there's a small percentage of money or of tickets on the Tigers, but it seems like there are bigger bets on them as well. So that always makes things interesting. I pass this game. I trust Bailey over to have a good start here, and Michael Lorenzen just fine. Tigers hitting has been pretty good last 2 weeks as well. So nothing for me here. I definitely lean Tigers, though. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, two teams I'm not excited to bet. I don't know. The other day, everyone and their mother was on the Tigers, and the
Yep.
bet lost. And I'm okay. I'm good. Good to you. Good for looking at sharp angles. But you were there. You go.
Yep.
There's just teams I don't like to bet that often. And the Tigers are one of them. The Twins, you can find it here or there. And the thing with the Twins is, it seemed like it's been the under. But when I look at this game, and I'm off the game, I'm just saying my take on it. Even though the total's coming down to 7.5 and open at 8 and 8.5, I would gun to my head take the over in this game. Both these pitchers can give up runs. Both these teams have been hitting right-handed pitching the past 2 weeks, and both bullpens aren't that great. Well, Detroit's been okay. Minnesota's been bad. So I think it's dropped down past a level of mass where I like it at 7.5 or could take it at 7.5. But I like other games, and I'm putting my money elsewhere.
Yeah, agreed there. By the way, shout out to our guy, Justin McElvey. He's on the way to Braves-Reds game 3.
There you go.
He likes Reds team total over 4.5 there. So shout out to you, Justin. Hope you have fun there again. Been some fucking great games. So shout out to you, my guy. Next game, let's talk in division Mets-Phillies. A very exciting matchup when these guys face off, but I've been saying it for this whole week. I don't know what it is. I just can't bet the Phillies. The Phillies are just a very confusing squad to me. I don't trust them. Their pitching, I never trust. I don't like Zach Wheeler. I don't think he's that good. And for him to have a minus 180 price here, just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. But it's gone up from minus 170 to minus 180. Cookie's not great anymore either. And the market here is hilarious. 80% of the bets and 94% of the money on the Phillies here. Everyone just piling up saying, Phillies, Phillies, Phillies. Let's all bet the Phillies. I personally wouldn't. I pass this game. I actually lean towards the Mets here. I wanted nothing to do with this game. The total's going up here, too. So maybe this is just going to be an offensive showdown. 63% of the bets, 72% of the money on the over here as well. Both teams last 2 weeks against righties, 21st and 15th, 106 and 100 weighted runs created plus for each, Mets and Phillies there. So it's really nothing that I wanted to do in this game either. So I pass this game as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna sound like Cab on the show. I actually have more bets than Cab usually does. It's just so many games. There's so many games where there were one team has better pitching here in the spot, one has better hitting, one's a better bullpen. That's this case. Cookie Carrasco is garbage. I've actually always thought he was kind of garbage, especially you see his K rate falling off the face of the planet. Used to be a guy that was a K over an inning. Now he's a K every 2 innings. Big drop off. Zach Wheeler I've come around on. Aaron Nola's the guy that I don't know about on that team. But you have the Phillies that are hitting better and the Mets that have a better bullpen. And every game I've bet the Phillies recently, I've been wrong. So I'm off the game. And the line sucks too. What are you going to take? What are you going to take? Philly team total, or what are you going to take? Philly on the run line? Nah,
Yeah, I agree there. Agreed there. Just an easy pass. I've wanted nothing to do with this game, and that just seems like the case with all Phillies games for me, honestly. So not a surprise there. Seattle, Baltimore next, Dave, here. An actual good series, and a series I've gone back and forth on. We cashed Seattle in the opener, which was nice, and now we've got Bradish, and I just don't know what to do with Kirby. I never know what to do with Kirby. And I feel like he's a lot better than he is. This is obviously the rubber match because the Orioles walked it off yesterday. It was a pretty good game yesterday, too. Ryan McKenna, of all people, hitting a walk-off. Just shocking. Honestly, Dave, again, I just trust the Orioles more here. And, I was lucky. I bet the Mariners' first game, they fucking beat their ass. And I feel like the Orioles kind of just win this series, but the market is going against them here. It was a minus 115 last night. Now minus 120 for your Mariners. Let's see what the totals are. Ticket totals, which is hilarious here. It's becoming easier to bet the Orioles, allegedly, and 68% of bets and 77% of money on the Orioles here. So that just feels like the old reverse line movement. Keep betting the Orioles, everyone. Bet the Orioles, and somehow the Mariners come out and find a way to win this game. So I passed. Maybe I'll be on the Mariners, honestly, but I also lean under here as well. 43% of bets and 87% of the money on the under in this game, which is shocking because I expect both these offenses to score some runs here. Both their first games were high scoring. So I lean under here, but I might take a Seattle Mariners at some point. But the Seattle Mariners. So what do you think?
Yeah, George Kirby's tricky. I had him against Garrett Cole last time he went out. His team couldn't give him any run support. Was the problem. They lost 3-1. And I'm not a big money and ticket handle guy. And I've been in this conversation with Jimmy and Mike M and people that do. I just, for a lot of reasons, it's not regulated and it's not cohesive. It's different everywhere you go. But I'd probably have to go with the public and the money and bet the Orioles. I'm not going to bet this game, but Kirby is an enigma. He is a good pitcher. When you watch him pitch and when he does well, it's like this guy's going to, be a decent guy for a long time. But, he has his days. And Bradish is another pitcher, too, that's hard to get a read on as well. So just, not a game that jumped off the page. Gun to my head, I'd bet the Orioles. It's actually a pretty decent number if you like them. But better games.
Agreed. I wrote down Seattle money line in the under here. We'll see if I get there. Would love to have some action on these games. So if I don't, maybe we'll come back to that as well. Shout to Justin McElvey. He's got Cedric Mullins over 1.5 bases there. My guy, appreciate you for dropping the play in here. And Arthur Mead, appreciate you for the dono. Shout out to you, my man. Good morning to you. And let's get to that 80%. Let's fucking get there.
Let's do it.
Would love that.
80% would be fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah. And shout out to DC Capper, by the way, who cashed on the Nationals yesterday as well. Hope I led you there a little bit, DC, my man. So shout out to you, dude. Let's go Rangers, Yankees here. This is actually where my play is. I took the under in this game. I kind of felt like a donkey for not taking it in the first two games. We all know that the Yankees cannot hit, and they've just been under team since Judge left. And now we've got the two best pitchers on the bump here. Maybe it's a little bit too easy, but under 7.5 was my play here. Nathan Eovaldi has seen these Yankees plenty of times. He's made the Yankees his bitch plenty of times. So I like him here to do his thing. I know someone in the chat saying, it was BJ, I think, he was saying he was under a little bit of a cold spell here for my guy Nasty Nate here. But let's look at his last few starts. 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs against the White Sox. 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs against the Angels. And 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run allowed there against the Tampa Bay Rays. 2 of those squads are good hitting squads, so I can accept that. The White Sox start is a little shaky. But home run ball seeming to be the issue there for Nathan Eovaldi. 2-2-1 in his last 3 starts, which is more than he's given up in his whole season there as well, which is crazy to say. I lean under still, but let's see how those Yankees bats come through. They're just horrible, and I would much rather just keep betting unders on this Yankee squad.
Yeah, I've been on every game of this series. I've been on the same team, and I'm going to be on them again, even though they lost last game. They won the first game. Here's the story of this series. They're like the Dodgers in the 90s. Runners on left, leaving runners on base. The Rangers are hitting. You look at the hit column on the game, on the box score, they're hitting. For whatever reason, they're not getting guys in. 10 LOB 2 games ago, 10 LOB last game, and they're still only losing by 1 or winning by a run. It tells you a couple things. One is, a foul ball pop up that wasn't caught, which is basically a millimeter different bat angle, or a line drive that wasn't hit straight to an outfielder, changes the tone of the game, and the Rangers win both of them. The Yankees aren't hitting. They're one of the worst hitting teams without Judge. Makes no sense because this lineup is good. Judge is just the battery to that team. Garrett Cole is still an easy fade for me. I don't know why he's still a good pitcher. I just love to fade him. It's just a thing. And I think the Rangers win. I think the Rangers could have won last game. They did win the game before. And it all comes really down to how they're hitting. And the Rangers are still hitting. They just, for whatever reason, haven't gotten the guys home. So official play, Rangers money line, full game.
I agree with you. I was on it with you the last two games as well. I don't know why I'm not on it today. Maybe BJ's big boy bets on the Yankees do scare me, but I'm on the under 7.5 here, expecting this to be yet another low scoring.
Is he a Yankees fan?
No, he's just a large bettor.
Okay. I know BJ. I just wondered if he was a Yankees fan.
I don't. Well, at least I shouldn't say no very confidently. I have no idea. I assume not, though. I like BJ, so that's probably why I can guess
He's probably not a Yankees fan.
Yeah, so that's how that operates. Shout out to my drug dealer, who's also a Yankees fan. That my most favorite Yankees fan, but there's a lot of shit talk between us. So shout out to him. Next game, shit game. A's Blue Jays here. Shout out to the Angels, or shout out to the A's, I should say, for cashing the 1.5 for us the other day. But I want nothing to do with this game. I got my money in game 1, so I'm gonna just quietly step away and walk away. I don't even know what happened yesterday with Barrios, honestly. That's how much I don't care about this series. So, an easy pass game for me here, Dave. What did you think about this one?
Yeah, I don't. So there's this. So you and Nick Earl and all these people, and I don't know who did it first. It does this 300 thing. It's cool, and it makes sense when a team's going against a minus 300. Take the dog. You'll probably make money long run. Here's and the other thing that bothers me too is this ride the wave thing with the A's. Okay. You guys have fun with that, but there's a point in capping and in sports advice when you see these guys, you guys try to be the guy that finds the big hit. They have to be the off, the one off, the whatever. Here's the deal. Don't bet the A's at all. I mean, why even try to find it? This guy that's pitching today, 7 ERA, he's absolutely horrible. And by the way, Yusei Kikuchi is the back of his baseball card. Great, he's pitching better this year. This is a horrible game, but this A's thing is bothering me. Stop it, guys. Go get some help. 100 Gambler.
I love betting the A's. I think the A's will probably be one of my most bet teams this year as well. It's
a sick man.
It's a sicko shit. Yeah, it's sicko shit. I love it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Nick was doing it before me, but I'm pretty sure that's my fault, Dave. So you know what? I'll take blame.
No, you guys did last year, teamed up, and it made me crazy, and now he's doing it again. So anyway,
hey, well, don't worry, Dave. Minus 300s are only 18-2 this year.
Well,
18-2 with their last 2 losses coming in the last 2 games. So we love to fucking see it. And Dave, they're gonna start falling here, Dave. I can't wait.
Yeah, they are who they are, and they're like they're a cuckolded husband that can't get divorced because there's money issues in the family. They have to wait to get out, and that's what they are right now.
Good, I love that. I love that. It's a very vivid and very graphic image I have in my head now of a man just dressed up in full A's gear, just getting a divorce.
Yeah, sitting in the corner, just waiting to get the fuck out. Yeah,
I get it. Well, Dave, here's a good question by Jake Burns. Would you rather bet the A's or the Royals
today?
No, just in general.
The Royals, any day of the week. I can figure out the Royals. I know the spots I like. The A's are just fucking garbage all around. Blackburn at home used to be a thing last year because the A's pitchers, for whatever, well, it's because they play in a porta potty. The A's pitchers were better on the road than at home, and Blackburn was the only one at home, and Blackburn was one of the most profitable first 5 pitchers for most of the season last year. This year, none of that's true. No thanks.
Yeah, I still love my guy Paul Blackburn. I love him. He's my guy.
Still like him. He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. Yeah, me and him, close personal friends, just like Pablo. Just like Pablo. Charlie Morton versus I don't know who's pitching for the Reds here. Is it Levi Stout? Is it Ben Lively? I've got Ben Lively on books, and I trust them more. But we'll see here. We've got Ben Lively allegedly versus Charlie Morton. 11 total now here instead of 11.5 according to Bovada. I just ultimately don't want to bet these games either. If I had to make a play here, and like Alfred's saying, why are the odds so crazy high on the Braves today? I would much rather bet, Reds team total here, like my guy Justin McElvee's doing, because you can't trust the Reds pitching. But their offense is just so fun to watch. Everything about this offense is great. The fans are actually showing up in Cincinnati, which you guys might laugh, but I keep telling people, fan and crowd environment matter in capping. If you have a good crowd environment for a team that fucking never has it, they will find a way to pitch well. So shout out to them. Shout out to the A's for doing it. I'll be interested in watching this game, but I'm not betting this game. Both these offenses, like we've said before, are just shockingly well. boggles my mind to see the Reds 124 weighted runs created plus last 2 weeks against righties. Braves, they're obviously second, 158. I mean, that's just what they do. So I wanted nothing to do with this game. If I had to make a play here, I'm definitely taking the over. But, we'll see. I don't want to back a team coming off of a big losing streak here and go back to the well with them, honestly. So nothing here for me.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a primary or not. I think it's a bullpen game for the Reds. I couldn't cap this game last night because they didn't have a pitcher in. But I'll tell you what I do think is both these teams can score. The Reds play in a place where there can be a lot of runs. 11.5 is high. It's either over or nothing or Reds or nothing for me. Just because they broke the streak, but so what? Charlie Morton is no fucking gem. It's really, to tell you the truth, I'm with you. It's some sort of over or nothing, but didn't cap the game last night because of the pitcher. And now that I know that it's a bullpen game, and actually Cincinnati has had a fairly decent bullpen the past 2 weeks, but it's Cincinnati. So
agreed. Vitalis saying those juice balls are flying in London. I wish those motherfuckers would have flown.
Yesterday we got fucked. One team gets 9 runs, and the Cardinals, you can't do dick, you stupid motherfuckers.
It pissed me the fuck off. And it was so fun.
Tied now. Fantastic.
Oh, really?
I had the Cubs fucking run line.
Oh, well, there you go. Shout out to the Cubs there. Yeah, I was pissed. I made that bet yesterday, and I lose. It's so funny. I lose every bet I place on those fucking showcase games. It's so fucking annoying. When the fucking Field of Dreams game first happened, let's bet the under. They can't see the ball. A whole new thing. Fucking flies over nothing. The next year, we lose again. The fucking next year with this London bullshit, we lose again. So I might just stay off all games that aren't in Major League Baseball stadiums that I know. We'll see what happens when they play the Field of Dreams game this year in the Negro League Stadium in Alabama. So I'm excited to see what happens there. I can't wait to see how I lose my bet in that aspect there, Mr. Dave Rogers. Now let's talk about the other shit team in the league, Royals Rays. With Tyler Glass now, who I think is one of the better pitchers in baseball, against Daniel Lynch. It's shocking to say this, Dave. If I had to make a play, I would pick the under. And I don't even want to make a play in this game. I don't want nothing to do with this game. I won't be watching this game. The only thing I'll be watching is to see how many strikeouts Tyler Glass now gets, because he's a sicko. And I hope he's on the Boston Red Sox next year. But the Rays offense this month against lefties, shockingly bad. 25th, 73 weighted runs created plus. We know the Royals are bad. Can Daniel Lynch put up just one good start this year? Just one? Because off the top of my head, I can't remember any good start of his, and I'm looking him up right now just to double check. You know what? He had a good start last time out against the Tigers. Shout out to him. 7 innings, 1 hit a ball, no earned runs. I guess it counts against the Tigers, I guess. But when you go 7 innings, 7 earned runs against Cincinnati before that, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs against Baltimore, that's fine. I just don't trust the guy. I have trust issues still, and I kind of expect him to be better this year, I guess, just like Brady Singer, and I guess that's why I don't like the Royals in here as well. So under or pass here for me.
Yeah, I don't know how you bet this game. I couldn't find a way. I don't like the total I was off of. I couldn't find a way to get around the big price in the Rays. It's the Rays game against this garbage ass pitcher. Lynch is a fade or nothing for me. I don't think I bet on Lynch ever. But talk about he's an easy play. You get a team that hits left-handed pitching real well. You find a bet on him. In my notes, I don't have this game there, which means the Rays must not have been doing it the past 2 weeks. But yeah, this game's unbettable. The line's unbettable. So unless you want to take the Royals, go ahead. You want to play that tricky ass game with go ahead, go do it.
Fun game to play. By the way, I'm fucking Remos giving me the Remos. I love Remos. He's one of my favorite commenters. Always gives me bad news. Always fucking gives me bad news. The fucking
bad news?
Yankees Rangers total now at 8, jumped up from 7.5 to 8. So fuck my face right here. Fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. I hate when that shit happens. And it makes sense, 64% of bets and 63% of the money on the over. Rem. I like the under still. I'll be nolly nose about it, and I still bet the under 8. but I'm just not pleased about that now that I have this 7.5. So not ideal there, to say the least there, my man, but I appreciate you letting me know. Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Dave, this game had under written all over it for me here again. This game was just under, but I didn't bet it. And the only reason I didn't bet it, because the market here, 50-50 ticket split, but 68% of money on the over here, giving me pause. Obviously, let me see here. The total allegedly opened at 8.5. I typically don't believe the book here when it says it opened at 8, because I had it at Bovada at 8 last night as well. It's still there, and I like it here. Corbin Burns has been up and down this year. Jimmy keeps saying every time that he comes up that his feelings got hurt by the Brewers, and now that he won't pitch as well, et cetera, et cetera. Brewers offense is just horrible, and the Guardians seemingly have gotten their shit together the last 2 weeks. 13th, 111 weighted runs created plus. But I don't trust them. And as I've said, for the 3 games these guys have played, these teams are the exact same team to me, and I don't like either one of them. So I pass here. Under or nothing here for me again.
So we must have been mind melding last night. I'm on the under 2. That is one of my favorite plays of the day. I did my video on it. I like pain, so I keep going back to Brewers games. The Brewers are like the Minnesota Wild to me, in that I don't necessarily have to bet them and lose or bet against them and they win, but I'll be on an under, and every time there's an over, it's every bet you have on one of these voodoo magic teams. But I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm doing it. 2 good pitchers. Then you have a team that's hitting slightly above average, and then a team that's way below, cancel out. Cleveland has a good bullpen. Milwaukee has a bad bullpen. I just don't. 8 is a great number. I thought this should be at 7.5. I took the under.
Yeah, Vitalis on the over. I haven't seen anyone else say over. Andrew G liking the under 8 there. I'm assuming that was about this game as well here. And Nufflush mentioning that Burns gave up 6 in his first Arizona outing, and that was public. We'll see that. And remember, Arizona's hitting unders. By the way, look appealing as well. So shout out to you there, Nutflush Allen. I'm gonna look at the under here again, and again, we'll see at the end of the program how much action I have here, because I only have one play, and that play is already moved against me, which again, fucking infuriating when that happens. But we'll talk about that Cleveland Guardians under here later in the program yet again. All right, next game, and let's talk about America's darlings right now. The Miami Marlins. Yuri Perez, again, shout out to my guy, Jimmy. Jimmy, I think I have not seen Jimmy fall in love with a pitcher like he has for Yuri Perez now. He loves Yuri Perez. Keeps saying that he's the best Dominican pitcher, et cetera, et cetera. He's probably right about that. I'm already pre-hating Yuri Perez.
Pre-hating.
Yes, I'm already I like him, but I've got my guard up here, Dave. And in 2-3 years, the World Baseball Classic will be back again. And Venezuela already took out his fucking best buddy and made him shit. And I'm already pre-prepared. I've got my sleeves rolled up for this fucking guy to come and pitch against Venezuela and get his ass kicked. But he's not pitching against Venezuela, luckily for him. He's pitching against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who have been the worst offensive team in baseball last 2 weeks, last month, last whatever. They've just been horrible. And I think the Pirates should just continue being a fade here. But how are we going to fade them? It's minus 175. So, if I had pitcher win props here, this would be maybe Yuri Perez gets the dub here and maybe cut down the juice. But I had nothing on this game. The lines are too high. I'd just lean Marlins here.
Yeah, I made some money on the Marlins recently. This game, if I can find a team total under for the Pirates, it's a 3.5. That isn't over minus 140. I'll think about it. That's the only way you can bet this game. They suck at the plate, and Yuri Perez is shoving. He'll go 7 innings probably. And I like the Pirates team total under. If you like to swallow full game juice over minus 140, do it. I don't. So I'll go look for a cheaper price. I hope it goes down, but I don't think that happens. So probably won't be betting it, but that's the only bet I like in this game.
Yeah, and I'd also lean under here. And shout out to my guy Noli. I saw his tweet. I saw him tweet the his play. It was the under in the Yankees game too. And I told myself the other day, or I guess like 2 weeks ago now, after my hot streak, I was like, man, I've just become Noli knows because all I do is bet unders now. Just unders, under. I haven't bet a full game over total in like forever now. It seems
Not a bad place to be. Noli's a good capper.
exactly. I can't fucking can't hate it at all. So hoping that under in New York comes through because I know he's on it as well with me. So that'd be nice. But yeah, an easy pass game for me. I fucking hate books recently, like this game, and there was another game on our card that just priced us out. You know, like I guess maybe the Phillies, but some games that you want to bet, they just say no, 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 no. You'll get none of that, and you'll just enjoy nothing here. So. Let's move on here. I don't want to lay -0.5, or I should say, yeah, -0.5 in the first 5 inning Morgan. I just don't trust their offense enough. Only one guy is hitting on that offense, and he's going to hit 400 this year. What a sicko. Next game, Red Sox, White Sox, Tanner Banks opening for the White Sox, and we're getting a Touki Toussaint sighting again. I remember him on the Braves. That's the last time I remember Touki Toussaint. I expect the Red Sox to win this game, but who the fuck knows this team right now? I just, again, I keep saying it. They're so fucking average. They're such an average mid-baseball team. Win 2, lose 2, win 3, lose 3, 8-game winning streak, 9-game losing streak. This is just what they do. So I pass here. I lost on them yesterday on that walk-off, which is extremely annoying. And, you know, Dave, you'll be shocked to hear that I think I bet the Red Sox more than any other team, Red Sox games more than any other game. And I have not done my record recently, but during my hot streak, they were one of the main catalysts of me getting back here. So I appreciate them. I want to bet them here. And I also want to bet the under. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay off this game. Tanner Banks, the lefty that, you know, he's gone a couple of innings as well. So maybe we'll see him for 2-3 innings, and then we'll get Touki because he came out his last 2 appearances, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs against the Rangers, and 2 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs again against Seattle. Whatever. I just don't care about this White Sox squad, and this Red Sox team has been hard to bet on this year in spurts. So pass game for me here, Dave. Unfortunately, I lean towards the Red Sox, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm still seeing in some sites no pitcher listed. That's why I didn't jump into this. But either way, you can see by the line, I care equally as little about these two teams right now. White Sox were raping me earlier. The Red Sox were making me money. I think probably at the same time they were. Right now, don't care. Didn't cap it. Next.
Yeah, good. See, this is why me and Dave mind meld so well. You know, there's just certain games on the card. You say, fuck it. You don't want to spend your time on. We have so much action, you know, baseball and whatever sports. I know people cap NASCAR in here as well. That I want to put all my fucking time and effort in the games that I actually care about and the actual games I want to win money in. And unfortunately, for the first time in like 2 weeks, it seems, the Red Sox are not going to be one of those games for me.
No, Cab, shout out to Cab. Cab, he has his things he likes, and he doesn't really look into anything else. So, you know, it's you're talking about apples and oranges there, Christopher Comentini. Great capper, just he's kind of he waits for the Rangers to play or Yu Darvish to pick. I mean, that's what he does. But yeah, he kills it. So
no, hey, yeah, you can't talk shit about his record. You can just point and laugh at how he bets.
Oh yeah, we have a love-hate relationship.
Hey, I agree. I mean, he's Biff Tamden. I understand.
He's not bullyish enough to be that way. He's too goofy to be that guy. He thinks he's cool, but
I call him Biff Tamden, and I am almost 100% certain he has no idea who that is.
I 100% know who that is. That was the one that was in 3, right?
I don't know. I think he was in 1. I fucking have no idea. But
okay, but he was in all of them. I thought that Tandon was his name. I guess that's his name in all of it. I thought it was when he was the cowboy. But yeah, he's in all 3 of the movies.
Yeah, I just call him. And Cab doesn't know who Biff is. Like, just no fucking idea. So it makes me happy when I call him.
Cab.
I call him Biff, and he'd just look at me and his whatever, and just move on. So shout out to Cap. I love Cap.
Yeah, love Cap.
Moving on, and let's Dave, I think they stopped hitting. I think like 20 minutes ago they took a break and they just got off the sticks. Angels, Rockies here. 18 runs in one inning is just comedy. It's just high comedy, and I wish I would have been on the Angels yesterday. I had 3 people tell me yesterday to bet the Angels in a group chat, and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to bet it. I've got all my money invested in the Nationals, bro. And the Angels go out there and just beat the fucking shit out of the Rockies here. And really, how do you respond? I don't know what you do. As someone, Dave, you don't know this about me. As someone that has been on the receiving ends of those kind of beatdowns, shout out to freshman year of high school, travel baseball, the Yard Dogs. I'll just read you some of the scores here, Dave. This was a really good summer of mine. I really had fun. Baseball was a whole lot of fun back then. Here we go. 20-0, 12-0, 24-0, 21-0, 8-0, 13-1, 16-1, 12-2, 15-0, 19-0, 14-0.
Was this the Toledo Mud Hens? What was the name of the team?
This is the Roanoke Yard Dogs. This was my former travel baseball team my freshman year of high school. So we were
that's impressive.
Yeah, it was a good summer. It was a really good summer. It was a really good summer of getting our asses.
Got a lot of chicks.
Just beat down, just getting dominated every game. It was fun. Not really. But let me tell you, here, Dave, I think the same thing happens here again. I think the Angels beat the hell out of them again. Honestly, the Angels are good at hitting lefties. Their 7th full season. This month, they're 17th, a 93 weighted runs created plus. So it's whatever. It's not as good, but Austin Gomber is just bad. And they have to keep throwing him because he's the gem of the Nolan Arenado deal. They've got to keep throwing him. And I just think he's horrible. The worst team against lefties in baseball are the Rockies as well. So this just feels like another Rockies spot to me. But I don't want to bet it because it feels like, they just won 45-0. Like, do you really want to back them again here and just feel like a jackass when the Rockies have a good performance here after that? No, I just, again, I like the Angels here. I might bet them, but I have nothing so far.
Yeah, what a game last night. Kind of didn't believe it when I saw it, but either way, I was capping the card for tonight while that game was going, and I had this slated for an over. And I know people say, "Oh, well, they might have blew their load or whatever." It opened at 12.5. It's at 13. I'm still going to take it. Gomber's ERA at home is almost 10. First of all. Second of all, Tyler Anderson is no gem. I know he's a left-hander, and the Rockies at home versus left-handers was a thing last year. They've been bad in general, but the past 2 weeks, they haven't been creating runs. It's kind of like this Rangers thing. They've been hitting extra base hits. Their isolated power and their OPS is way up there, but the WRC plus is below average. That could be a lot of different things. It could just be single home runs. It could be just a ball hitting the bat by a millimeter that would have been a foul ball that's out of bounds being caught as a pop-up. But I'm on the over. I was on it last night. It went up. It's high for a reason. I'm on the over.
Makes sense. I can see it. And obviously, like what we've mentioned, the fucking bats from the Rockies have to perform here. Can we get some sort of fucking backbone from the Rockies? Just something. By the way, Dave, I just learned something. I'm fucking shocked. I did not see this, and my world's just a new world, Dave. I'm hard to putting words into my mouth right now because I'm so shocked. I have pitcher ERA props. I had no idea. I have pitcher to get a win props too. I had no idea.
Well, wow, your eyes have been opened. There you go. I this pitcher win prop thing isn't my deal, but people are making money with it, so go for it.
I could get fucking Tyler Anderson to record to win at plus 130. I could get fucking slapdick Austin Gomber over 4 runs, over 3.5 earned runs at minus 120. I don't love that, but I didn't know I could bet them. Wow, I'm shocked. It's Bet Online. Dave, or not Dave, Christopher Commons.
Shout out Bet Online, and this channel doesn't plug, even though they're affiliated with the channel. God knows why you guys don't plug them on our new deal. I'm plugging them every show. They are they're actually my favorite book, period. But they're the best offshore book, and if you don't have one, there's a link to go to the website Pub Sports. There's a link. Go open an account. I think it's $100 deposit bonus up to a certain amount. And the site.
Dave,
I think it's 100.
Let me tell you, Dave. Yeah. It's 100% up to 1,000, Dave.
There you go.
1,000.
And if you have a Bet Online account, here's the deal. Do you know anyone else? Wink, wink. Go take advantage of this. And the customer service is fantastic. One of the things you can't do is you can't cancel a bet, but you can call them and they pick up right away. You don't wait online and just tell them, hey, I made a mistake. Customer service is great. They're in Panama. Shout out Panama. And they're awesome. Bet Online doesn't get enough fucking, kudos on this channel.
No, you're right. We talk about them, and again, go to the website pubsportradio.com and you can sign up there. It's very easy, and Dave and I are both Bet Online users, so it's very nice. Again, I'll say it often, but their odds for baseball are always better than Bovada. They always give better juice, etc. It's nice. So, all right, I think I'm going to be on Gomber's 3.5 earned runs. Because Dave, I need to break this in, Dave. It's like throwing a champagne bottle off the Titanic. I gotta throw the fucking bottle out there and break it in because I have this newfound power. So it's great, and I'm shocked. Dave, I wish you could have seen me just now. I was just scrolling through, and you know how Bet Online, when you open it, all their fucking big gray prop bars come up. When that didn't pop up for a half second, and I saw over 3.5 runs for Gomber, I was like, wait a second. And I started scrolling. I found it. I was like, oh my God. So this is.
Yeah, we just got to know where to go. I knew they were there. I just don't bet them.
Yeah, well, Dave, I didn't know. I had no idea. I said, I don't know how many times this year I've said, I'd bet that if I had it. I can't find it. But now we're back, Dave. We're back. Now, you know what, Dave? I think today's about to be a great day now after that. I can't wait. That just changed my whole day right there. Diamondbacks, Giants, next game on our slate. Ryan, don't call him Reese Nelson versus Anthony Disclafani. Again, this is just another easy pass game for me because I don't give a fuck about either of these teams. I respect both of these teams. I think both these teams are going to make the playoffs, shockingly enough. And that's something we would not have said going into this season. I can guarantee that. But Ryan Nelson sucks. I don't like Disclafani. I do respect that both these teams are hitting, shockingly enough, this month. Or last 2 weeks, I should say. 7th, 121 weighted runs created plus. 4th, 137 weighted runs created plus for the Giants. I'd lean over, but I want nothing to do with this game. West Coast baseball puts me in a fucking pretzel, Dave, sometimes. And this is one of those games. So I want nothing to do with this game. I lean under, but what do you think?
Yeah, no opinion on the total. Do you know that the Giants sneakily have won 16 of their last 20 games?
Yeah, they're sickos.
They're nuts, and they're doing it in great fashion. Fucking Carl Yastrzemski's grandson walking it off, splashing it in the fucking San Francisco Bay the other day. That was particularly a great game. We were on Jimmy's show, and there was someone in the chat giving me a hard time or actually saying that the Giants were up when they weren't, and I told him to go get infected, and he got it. You know who infected him? Yastrzemski. That's who infected him. Yep. But anyways, I would be on the Giants except for Disclafani is yeah, right. Back that guy. He's mostly a fade for me. So, have fun. Giants or nothing. No thanks.
I like the Giants, and shout out to Nutflush, who's been touting the Giants' glory as always. Shout out to Nutflush. Man, I really wish I had the cojones to put the money on the over here, but again, I have not bet it over a full game over, and I don't know how long now. So, no thanks for me. By the way, 6-4 Cardinals. Apparently, it's I'm gonna have an angry day. The fact that the day that I'm on this side, and then I take the Cubs run line on the wrong fucking day, and then this is gonna piss me off. So we'll get ready for some anger bets here because they're coming. Good. I can't wait. It's always
Yeah,
good to make bets when you're angry.
exactly. It's the perfect thing to do.
It's also really good when you're high off of a winning day, Dave. It's also really good when you to make bets right after as well, because you just feel it. Nothing I can place can lose, and then of course you
You got
lose.
all that free money. You're like, yeah.
You lose. I lost. I made 3 bets last night or like the night before yesterday, and I lost all 3 of them. I was like, God damn it! I fucking stupid. I shouldn't make bets when I think I'm not going to lose anything. So it was very funny. Real quick, Saturated asking us for our take in Tigers Twins. That was our first game of the card. It was the passes for both of us there, Bailey Ober and Lorenzen. I guess I lean towards the Los Tigres, but I really wanted nothing to do with that game. No Buxton in the lineup, too, I saw as well. So that's just my short 20 seconds on that. Dave, did you have anything real quick?
Lean over, which is crazy for those 2 teams, but I'm not betting that game.
Agreed there. 2 games left on our slate. We appreciate our guy picks from Dave for joining us. Let's talk about a game that I was actually right about yesterday. I was staring a reverse sweep in the face, and thank you to Matt Waldron for giving up 2 cock shots and overall having a pretty good outing. It was so fun watching the knuckleball back again, because it's just like you can easily tell what the hitters are doing, because Waldron threw 2 pitches, fastball, knuckleball, and I was just sitting there watching and waiting. I was like, all right, who's going to guess right? Because you got a 50-50 chance to guess fastball or knuckleball and just smoke one. And it was great, because this is when I felt like a baseball player, Dave. This is the first time I felt like a baseball player in fucking decades. Fucking 1-1. Jamie Candelario's up. He throws the knuckleball in the dirt for the ball, and I was like, well, he knows what's coming. This is obviously about to be a fastball, because he can't throw the knuckleball for a strike. And he gets a fucking 93-mile-an-hour fastball right down the dick. He hit the home run, and I was like, I know ball. And then, of course, the Nationals don't show up for the rest of the game. It's a 2-0 final score. We win 2 of our 3 bets, and it makes it a little better for us. I want nothing to do with the Nationals here. Honestly, Dave, I was so close to being like, fuck this. I'll take the over. But the totals dropped here. Mackenzie Gore's been good this year, just good. But I just don't want to fade. I don't want to back him here against a Padres team that has seemingly hit lefties this year so well. First, 149 weighted runs created plus. Last month, that is, and then full season, they're 416 weighted runs created plus. So easy passes here for me. But shout out to Matt Waldron again, who please pitch him again. I would keep him in the rotation, Padres. I don't even know if they've already sent him down, but please keep him in. Shout out to Sun Dizzle for joining us as well. Dave, what do you have on this game?
Yeah. So I've fucked around and found out with this series. I was in the Padres. Corbin came back. We knew he would, come back to where, like, reverse rise of the Phoenix. He's going down. Took Padres team total over. They smashed. Yesterday, I was on Washington's team total over. This guy's a goofball that throws a goofball. And when they had 2 solo home runs in the beginning of the game, like, this is going to be easy. Yep. That didn't work out. This is a pass for me. I didn't see an angle either way. I don't like the price. It's Padres or nothing. Maybe get on do a team total deal, or, if you take juice with a run line, but just no thanks for me. But I do hope that pitcher stays, because, you're going to get like Dodgers team total 5 or 5.5, and that's going to be an over with that guy.
Oh yeah, if he faces a good team, because the best start he was going to have was always going to be his first start. No one knows what the fuck's going to happen. No one knows what he's going to do.
It couldn't be more of a softball than the Nationals. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. And then again, if I on the couch can sit there and say he just threw a knuckleball for a ball, he's obviously about to come back with a fastball here. What do you think the fucking Dodgers are going to do?
Also, his fastball has no movement on. Did you see?
No.
It's 93. It's like batting cages.
Yeah, 93 right down the fucking cock there as well. And it's so funny too. Like, his first 3 fastball were like 91, 92, 92. I was like, is this really what we're about to get? Is this guy just going to throw BP? And then his knuckleball was like 76. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I get it now. But I respect it. I really, he pitched well. What can we say? He pitched well. He only gave up 2 earned runs. So again, pitch him again. For the love of God, please pitch him again, because I would love to fade him again. Every time he comes up, I will fade him every single time. There's a reason why the knuckleball has not
60% of the time it works every time.
Exactly. Thank you, Dave. You said it better than I could have ever said.
You don't know what that's from, the reference? I mean, you're a young kid, but
is it? Oh my God, I fucking know it. And I don't remember. Is it like dodgeball, or it's one of those?
It's Paul Rudd in Anchorman talking about Sex Panther.
See, there you go.
Alone. Yeah,
I knew it was a Will Ferrell joint. So shout out to me. Throw myself a pat on the back.
Good job.
And by the way, Nufflush says, as someone who can throw a knuckle, understand that some days moving are insane, some days are just flat. You know, Nutflush, I would love to see Nutflush step on the bump, you know, just throwing knuckleballs, and to like Boston Nick, who, you know, Boston Nick, who avoids me like the plague. I think Boston Nick is scared of me. I don't know what it is. I think Boston Nick might be intimidated by me. Who knows?
I don't know if that's true, but
well, you know, Dave, I'm in his place. I'm at his crib. I'm at his town. He can't even say hello to me.
Oh, really? That's not good.
He's scared of me, Dave. He's scared of me. He's scared. But this has been a thing for a while. I appreciate Boston Nick and all he does, but whatever. He says he's like a 400 hitter in college. He played college baseball. I'd love to see Nutflush out.
He also said that he could wrestle a mountain lion down or some fucking thing on the old nightcap. Yeah, Nicky is Nicky. I love Nicky. He's who he is. Whatever.
Yeah, Nick says he's gonna get a hit off of Dabby Cab, and Nutflush Allen is down to throw him some fucking knuckleballs. So I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that shit. Shout out to my guy Nutflush Allen. All right, let's go over the last game here. And unfortunately for me, Dave, I've had nothing in this series. I've not known anything in this fucking series. Dodgers Astros is the marquee matchup this weekend. It's been good games, at least. You know, the fans get into it. Ryan Stanek fucking lost his mind yesterday. By the way, that was a balk. So that whole thing. It was fucking close, but it was a balk, and he lost his mind, which was hilarious. I love when a reliever gets thrown out after he finishes like his day. What, you gonna throw me out? Fuck you, dude. I don't give a fuck. I'm done here. And he just turns around and motherfucks the umpire. And the best part about that too was the umpire starts getting yelled at, just turns around, walks away. Just didn't fucking give a fuck.
Same thing with him. His day's over too.
Yeah, he's like, yo, fuck you, dude. I don't care. I have to do a fucking write-up here after this game. But everyone knows my history with Tony Gonsolin here. I don't back him. I fade him most of the time, and I lose like 80% of the time. So I've stayed off of most all Tony Gonsolin starts. And I was shocked to wake up and see this line. Last night it was minus 130. Now, allegedly, according to our guy BJ here, this line is dropping.
Yeah, it is.
Now minus 125. And Hunter Brown is coming off of getting his shit pumped. And when I saw his last start, I was like, is he hitting that rookie wall? Like, is something wrong with him? Because he was a guy that everyone's like, yo, you know, definitely could be a rookie of the year, et cetera, et cetera. But 5 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, 7 Ks, 2 walks against the Mets last time out. Pitched well against the Nationals. Before that, 7 shutout. At Toronto, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs there, 2 home runs. Before that, Minnesota, 5 earned runs there and 4 2/3. So I have trust issues with Hunter Brown, I'll be honest. But the line moving their way is definitely an indication that someone's betting him. And we'll go to the market here real quick to give you some splits here. And it's shocking. 50-50 ticket split and 54% of money on the Astros here. And the line's dropping. So I have my guard up. I'm not betting this game. If I had to bet this game, I guess it's the Astros. But I really had nothing here for this. Shout out to Nate Dogg real quick. He's heading out. Appreciate you, my guy, for jumping in the chat. He's got Evaldi over 5.5 Ks. Blue Jays money line, Vladdy home run, Cincinnati plus 2.5. And he had a little CFL action here as well. The Argos, Toronto Argonauts minus 3.5 in the first half as well. Shout out to you there, Nate Dogg. All right, Dave, what do you have on this one?
I'm on the Astros. Yeah, so this is a game where everything is a little bit better for the Astros, including their starting pitching. I don't understand why Gonsolin is so good, or has good numbers. I don't get it. The eye test to me, he was a surprise last year. He's a surprise this year. When you look at Hunter Pence, even though, and I'm not an eye test guy, but with these two guys, I have to put this in my cap. I think Hunter Brown is a guy that can come back from. He has this stuff. Gonsolin, I don't know if he has the stuff, but his numbers have been good and continue to be good, and Brown has had some issues. I'm going to give a slight lean to Brown, but everything else by the numbers, the offense against right-handed pitching, the offense in general, the bullpens, all of that is Astros. And when you force the Dodgers to have to come back, that's always a good situation for you to be in the driver's seat. And I think the Astros, they definitely were in the driver's seat last night, and they're going to be tonight. So give me and the plus money too. Plus monies. Let's go. Value.
Yeah, I admittedly I like that Astros bet. I think I'm going to join you, Dave. Astros full game money line plus 107 for me again. Shout out to our friends at Bet Online. I have a feeling that the Astros are going to be particularly fired up. One, to avoid the sweep, and two, that umpire thing. Everyone was real angry about that. Even our guy, who's the fucking name of I can't remember the Astros manager's name. Dusty Baker. There we go.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker was fucking furious, fucking slamming shit, being an old man, et cetera, et cetera. So they're going to come out motivated today. I think they get the win here. So I like that look, and I'll join you. Plus 107 for me. The Juice asking about K props. You're asking the wrong guys. The Juice, or at least I am the wrong guy.
I dabble, but do you know the right guy, Sharpie? He actually doesn't do a show today, does he?
Yeah. I was going to say
Hunter Brown over 5.5 Ks. I don't want to give you the wrong advice. I have a very simplistic cap to K prop, and it's probably slightly profitable, but in all honesty, DM Sharpie and see how that works out. He says he doesn't answer DMs, but
does he not? I didn't know that. That's
he
funny.
answers mine, but we're friendly, so I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like Sharpie, so shout out to him. And the Juice. If you have a K prop questions, go follow my guy Sharpie at Sharpie's Bets. He's a good guy. He will never bring up my show ever, but he's a good guy nonetheless. And I'll publish his show as much as I can. So let's go and recap our plays here. And I'm very interested to have Sharpie on the program one day. He always tells me that I can invite him on the show, and I should have him on the show because he's a good guy and a great capper. So
yeah,
let's recap here, Dave, and a shocking little amount of action for me here. Getaway Sundays are challenging. You don't know where the where the mentals are at for everyone. Everyone kind of wants to get home, et cetera, et cetera. But it's very fun. Mark Campbell, Action Network, get the pro shit, and that's where I get my splits from. Official plays for me here. I'm only going to have 3 official plays, which is again a surprise for me. I'm not betting the Seattle Mariners minus 120 and the under there. But as I say that, I feel like I should, but whatever. I'm going to check the splits one more time real quick on Seattle and Baltimore. 61% of bets and 69% of bets and 51% of the money on the Orioles. I don't know. All right, I'm going to go back and forth on that, I guess. I want to listen to Dave, but I'm on the Yankees Rangers under 7.5, now up to an 8. Fuck you, bookmakers. Astros money line plus 107. And for the first time this year, I get to bet an earned run prop, and I'm going to bet it because my guy Rocco Rogers likes it as well. Austin Gomber over 3.5 earned runs at minus 120 here. I cannot wait. I don't know what it's like to root on this bet. So I'm excited. All right, Dave, what do you have?
Well, first of all, we got to play the clip because we have a moose sighting.
Oh, Moose
We have a moose
Money
sighting.
in the chat. So
Yeah.
shout out to my guy Moose Money as I look. Oh, here it is. You know, I think people say that that's a real moose in the background of that noise. I think that's real moose noises.
No, there is another clip with a real moose that Moose doesn't say is a moose, but anyway, what's up, Moose? Good to see you. Are we recapping what we're on? I got so distracted.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. No,
Okay.
I get it. Moose is a distracting fellow. I get it.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. I'm on the Rangers full game money line. I'm on the Brewers Guardians under. Thinking about the Pirates team total under if I can find a non-juice, but that's a very, very close to the edge for me. Angels Rockies over at 13. I'm not scared. And the Astros full game money line at plus monies.
And you know what? I'm going to stop being a bitch and I'm going to take the Mariners money line as well. I will be more pissed if I don't bet it and it loses than if I bet it and it loses. Yeah, that makes sense in my head. Seattle money line minus 115 for me again. Shout out to our guys at Bet Online. So official there. 4 plays. If I sweep the board here, I will be again a taint hair away from the plus units. So that would be really nice here. I would really appreciate it as always. And let's try to get there. Dave, thank you so much for joining me. I love when you join the program. It's always a good time. We have a lovely brisk pace, and that's my favorite thing. So thank you, Dave. Shout out to the chat. As always, Rocco, Moose, Brad, Nasty Nate in here as well. Nasty Nate, who I'll go see here in short soon. It'll be a lot of fun there.
Yeah, he must be he's gonna have to get a Texas driver's license. That fucking guy.
Yeah, he should just move down here. You know?
I mean, every time I get wind of where he's at, he's somewhere in Texas. There you go.
Hey, I'd hate to see Nasty Nate move down here. I'd hate to see it. It'd be a great time. Appreciate everyone for joining us. It's a lot of fun doing these programs. We'll be back here. We haven't had a Monday show in 2 weeks now, but we will be back on Monday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what that is Pacific time, but it'll be a whole lot of fun. The Spin Doc back with us here as well. And again, it's been 2 weeks since we've seen him. So we'll talk about him, his foundation, how the golf tournament he put on went. I would love to hear that stuff as well. So it'll be a whole lot of fun. Dave, where can the people find you at?
Well, Picks from Dave, YouTube and Twitter. I'm on both. We have a new show, Cab and I, coming up called The Unmuted Mic. Jose is going to be quite a big part of it. It is we'll call it a variety show, loosely sports-based, but really full of a lot of things that sports bettors like booze and women and funny shit. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be on Thursday nights. TBD when we start. We're still, you know how these things go. We've been working on it since August. I mean, that's when was concepted. And then 3 months ago, we want to make it right. So it's coming. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys watch. I think you guys will enjoy it, but we don't have a date quite yet. We're hoping for this week, but probably isn't happening.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Dave, I think this is the most anticipated show in pub sports radio history. I will tell you that. We've been talking about it for quite a while now. There are OnlyFans stars on it, so that immediately piques the interest of everyone. Shout out to Miss Tush.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited. By the way, shout out to my girl, Chocolate Waterfall, also locked in as well. I'm excited to talk to Chocolate Waterfall. That's the program that I will be on for sure. Because I can't wait. Maybe we'll do some flirting with Miss Chocolatey Waterfall. Hate to see it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I just was agreeing with you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it is. Dave, again, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me and bringing the good vibes as always. We're going to have a winning day here. I just have to not go 2-5 again here today. And I'll have a much better day with you than Dabby Cab. And I'm sure that's what really matters the most. Just having a better day then Dabby Cab is always the goal, or with Dabby Cab or without Dabby Cab. So shout out to everyone, Justin, Nunya, Nate, Top Set, all you guys, AOD, we appreciate it. And we'll be back here again tomorrow for another edition of Say Hey Plays.